A whiteboard, that can only mean Steve Gibson is here today on the lab with Leo Laporte.
Hello, and how are you? Welcome to the lab. I'm Leo Laporte. Wait a minute, let me just taste this. Oh, yeah, baby. Episode 5. 5 episodes. We've been working hard, haven't we, Kate Abraham?
I've been working hard.
5 episodes down, only a few thousand to go.
It's okay. One at a time. Baby steps.
Is this what's coming up on the show today? All right. You're looking lovely today.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is, Steve Gibson's going to be here.
Yes, he is.
Preventing remote exploitation buffer overruns with DEP and XP and Vista. Well, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure we'll find out. And Deanne LeBlanc is here. She's going to talk about crossover Office. Actually, a really neat way you can run Windows software without Windows, running it on Linux. So that's coming up. Sean, you're still stuck with a whiteboard. Wait a minute. Let me fix this. This is bad.
I want to know who did this.
It says loser. That's not right. It's very simple, though. A little edit right here. And we change the S to a V, and there we go. That's Sean.
I would also have accepted loner.
Loner? Troubled loner? Let's get our first call today on the air. What do you say?
We have Joe from Vancouver, and he's in BC.
Jerry from Vancouver. Joe. Sorry?
Joe.
Joe, I'm sorry. Hey, Joe.
How's it going, Leo?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Pretty good.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, awesome new set.
Huh?
I like the new set from...
Do you like this?
Yeah, I love it.
You're kind of getting a preview of it before anybody else, practically.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so you think it's okay, huh?
Yeah, no, it's great. And Vancouver, too, as well.
Oh, I'm really happy with Vancouver. We're really glad to be here. The weather is spectacular because it's cool and rainy, and, well, it's hot in the television studio, so we like the nice, cool weather.
Vancouver for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've been having fun on the set because, you know, the guys here are really geeky, so they've been dressing the setup like we got two, I don't know if you even noticed this, Steve Gibson, we got 2 Nintendo, are these, pardon me, the clear cases, those are the NESs? Those are really cool looking.
Oh.
Yeah, really fun. We've got that's the N64, that's what it is, not the NES, yeah. We've got the clock set to 108. Do you know, Steve Gibson, why it's set to 108?
Of course.
You know, Joe?
Yeah.
I know you're a fan of Lost then, right? Yeah, Steve? He's not, that's why. All right. What can I do for you, Joe?
Oh, I was just wondering, for home users, firewall solution, hardware, software, would you...
Oh, I'm glad Steve is here. I'll be honest, I'll tell you what I think, and then I'll see what Steve thinks, because he's really the security expert. I'm just going to tell you what I personally believe, which is that most of us now have a broadband router. You know, the Linksys or the D-Link or the Netgear, those things that are sold cheaply in stores everywhere. They may not say firewall on the box, but they are very good firewalls. They block all incoming traffic that's not requested. They just drop it off. You're silent on the net. I think it's a very, very good form of firewall. It does what we really, 99% of what you want a firewall for, which is to kind of reject unrequested incoming traffic. Just to say, no, sorry, you can't get in here. That's really what a firewall is all about. Now, a software firewall can do a little bit more. It can also watch outbound traffic. In fact, Steve has a story to tell about that. It was a software firewall that helped him discover the first spyware back when Zone Alarm was big. Now, you can get software firewalls that will monitor outbound traffic. In my opinion, I'm going to ask Steve what he thinks, but in my opinion, if you've got a bad guy in your system trying to get out, it's too late. The firewall, it's done. The firewall has failed you. So, yeah, sure, it's letting you know. I guess it's better than not knowing. But, you know, by then, you're done. And many malware programs now look for firewalls like Zone Alarm and disable them. Because they're on the system. They have control. They can turn it off. Now, Windows Vista actually has a very good software firewall that now has outbound as well as inbound. So my suggestion is hardware router, and then for internal subnet protection, for inside LAN protection, in case you bring in a laptop that's got a bug on it, I would run the Windows firewall, XP or Vista. The nice thing about the Windows firewall, they don't use a lot of processor power. They don't slow your system down particularly. So I think you can turn them on without a major consequence.
Well, and they're integrated.
They're there.
They're not an add-on. They're integrated. They were built into the operating system. You're not going to have, you know, weird sorts of side effects. And you know, Leo, the very first spyware was easy to remove. You know, I wrote Opt-out, which was the first, you know, malware remover.
Right.
And all you had to do was delete the files.
Right.
But what's happened is there's been an evolution in the degree that this stuff has installed itself deep into systems, so that if you now just delete the files, you'll break something in your computer. So it's exactly as you said. I mean, once upon a time, it was practical to just remove the malware. It's becoming less practical.
Yeah, so knowing it's there, I guess is good because you at least know it's there, but that's of moot value.
Yeah.
So you agree then a hardware firewall is a good way to do it?
Well, I agree that a router is really all you need to protect your home network from external intrusion. You ought to go to GRC and use Shields Up to make sure
it's doing
that
the
there
job,
aren't any holes in your router, because some of them do have problems from a configuration standpoint. But on a laptop, it's worth also running the XP firewall or the Vista firewall, which are both now turned on by default, because when you take your laptop out from behind your home router protection out into a Wi-Fi hotspot or on the road, you're going to want its firewall to protect you also.
We used to recommend, if you want a software firewall, Careo personal firewall for sunbelt-software.com. I don't think they do it free anymore.
There's not even a free starter?
30-day free trial. I don't see a free one, which is too bad because that was a pretty good firewall.
Third-party firewalls are on their way out because Microsoft has built it in.
It's in Vista. So, but if you don't have Vista, here's one that I hear a lot of good things about. Neither Steve nor I have tried it yet. Komodo, C-O-M-O-D-O. It's a personal firewall.komodo.com. That's free. And PC Magazine gave it their editor's choice. I think that's a pretty good indicator.
That's a strong endorsement.
Yeah. So but I don't think you need it. But if you feel like you want belt and suspenders,
and you and I don't. I mean, you and I are not using personal firewalls on our machines.
I turn on the Windows firewall because I want that inside the network protection, and I use a hardware router, and that's all I really need. All right, Joe?
All right, sounds great.
Yeah, do you have a router already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, you're well protected. You really don't need to do anything more, I think. All right. Thanks, Joe. Take care. I do turn on the Windows firewall because it costs nothing.
Yeah, and it doesn't mess up anything.
In terms of performance or reliability, it costs nothing, and it does give you a little added protection.
I've got it running.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just the normal default. All right, hey, let's take a break. Come back in just a bit. We're going to talk about DEP. Not Johnny Depp. Not the stuff you put in your hair. It's
data execution protection.
Data execution protection. Steve Gibson will tell us the ultimate security fixes when we come back.